Hi, you're welcome to PhotoGrafix Academy. Today we are going to be learning how to add beautiful colors using our camera raw filter. But please, before we start, make sure you click on the subscribe and notification button so you can always get notified every time we drop a new video. Click on the subscribe button so you can be a subscriber. This encourages us to create more videos for your own beautiful consumption. So what do? First of all, we duplicate the image for backup so we don't work destructively. Go into your filters, go into your camera raw filter. So we'll wait a little. So this is our camera raw filter. Maybe your own is not looking like this. Don't worry, it's still the same concept. We're not doing any advanced masking. So your own should probably be looking like this. If you are using a later version of Photoshop, if you are using anything from 2018, you should still have camera raw in it, although it may not appear like this, but it's the same concept. So what is the first thing we are going to be doing? We are going to be determining the overall lightening of the image. So I think the highlight is too high. See what you can do. You can hold your shift and click on each of these sliders right here. Photoshop is going to use its AI to determine the perfect exposure that image or the image needs to have per time. It's optional though. Let's try and see what it does with the exposure. Look at that. Hold on. Photoshop is processing it. Let's see what it does with the exposure. Okay, so it added our exposure by 13. Click on the shift, click on contrast. Let's see what it does with contrast plus 7. Click on highlight minus 9. Click on shadow plus 27. Click on white plus 21. Click on blacks plus, okay, so just 0, nothing. So I think I want it a little less brighter, so bring it down a little, bring down the highlight a little, add a little contrast mode to the image. So take up your keys just a little in case there is a camera or a lens flare in the image, a lens flare, so have a perfect contrast in our image. So let's tone down the overall white balance a little. If you take it towards the yellow, it begins to give you a golden effect image, a golden hour effect image, something like this. It starts looking golden hour, but that is not what we are going for. That is not the look we are going for. We need something cool. So let's just take it down a little towards the blue. Okay, so we are cool here. We are noticing there's a lot of magenta in the image. So just take it down a little, probably -4, like that. So what's the next thing we are going to do? Add a little vibrance. So what does vibrance do? Vibrance targets the colors that are not actually saturated in the image and adds saturation to them. It doesn't affect the saturated areas until the unsaturated areas have been saturated to the point where it could fit in. Look at that at 60. Let's look at saturation at 60 so you can see what it does. It doesn't consider anything in the image, just saturates everything it sees. Look at it at 60 something. So look at it. So I think vibrance will give us what we want. Vibrance will give us what we want at 60. So let's just keep it at 60 right here. All right, so 61 is cool also. So go to your color mixer. This is your color mixer. In some of your own, it might appear as HSL. It's the same thing. It's just hue, saturation, and luminance. So what is the first thing we want to do? I want to increase the saturation of the yellows a little, just a little. Look at this. We don't have a lot of yellows in the image. Take up the greens a little, like this. This is before, this is after. Just take it up a little like this. Go into my hue. I want to take it towards a more greenish field than a more yellowish field, whatever that is. Okay, so let's take it towards the greens. But I think the saturation of the green is too high, so I'll go and bring it down a little, maybe somewhere here. Bring down that of the yellow a little, somewhere here. Just keep it right there. Keep it right there. Then let's see if there's another thing we need to add. Let's go and add a little saturation to the blues, just to pop it out a little, just a little like this. Our skin tone is in oranges. This is oranges and red is where our skin tone is. So let's just increase our oranges a little and our red a little. So look at that. We are not done, but still it's already looking amazing. So this is what the image was like when we entered camera raw. This is how far we've been able to take it. This is before, this is how far. So there's one more coloring um, slider we're going to be adding to put an overall cast of color, overall pop of color in the image, and that is calibration. Go down to the blue primaries and increase its saturation. Look at that, beautiful. So I think it's now becoming too bluish. So let's go back to our color mixer and reduce the saturation of our blue somewhere here, like this. I think it's too low, somewhere here, like this. Now let's add a little vignette effect to the image. Go to your effect, drag down your vignetting a little like this. Just pull it down till it suits you somewhere here. Think we're done. Let's go back to the basic and see if there's any little adjustment we need to make. Or we can make it a bit cooler. I think that's too weird. Or we can even make it a bit warmer. It's not still good. I prefer it this way rather. Let's just see what happens in our highlight. Okay, we can take it up a little, then increase the whites a little also, just a little and a little of the shift of the shadows so it gets to this place. You can decide to add a little of the vibrance here. So this is the overall before and after before we got into Lightroom. So this is before, this is before, this is after, this is before, this is after. So this is how you can create your amazing color grading effects using Lightroom. We're going to be doing a dedicated video. We're going to be doing a dedicated video. We're going to be doing a dedicated video of the camera raw so that we can understand everything in camera raw perfectly. If what you have is Lightroom, you can still produce the same result. They are just basically the same thing. So this is our before and this is our after. Before, after, before, after. Thank you for watching this video to the end. Please click on the notification button and click on the subscribe button. We would appreciate that so much. Thank you.